Hello, in this video I'm reviewing the app Praktika. I'm a qualified language teacher and I've been working in language learning technology for more than 15 years. I review language learning apps to help you understand if an app is effective for helping you learn or practice a language. This review is not paid for or sponsored, so it's completely unbiased. Apps do contact me to offer to pay for reviews, but I always say no, unlike some channels, because it's important to me that the advice I give on this channel is honest and unbiased. So, my overall impression of Praktika is that it was okay, but there were some things I really didn't like about the experience. I'd give it a 6 out of 10. In a minute, I'll give you some more details about my experience with it. But I'll start by explaining that, as you probably know, Praktika is an app where you can speak a foreign language with an AI avatar, and Praktika isn't the only app that lets you do this. Now, of course, that, in one sense, is a very useful thing. A few years ago, if we wanted to practice speaking a language, we had to find a human to do it with. So the fact that we can now do it with AI is obviously amazing. It's especially useful if you're already at intermediate level in the language and you just want conversation practice. It's less useful if you are at beginner level, and I have another video that explains why these types of apps are not the best option for beginners. Despite an app like Praktika being useful for intermediate level, there are still ways that it can actually be made more or less useful depending how an app delivers the experience. So that's what we'll look at today with Praktika. I spend all day, every day, thinking about the most effective way to teach a language using AI, because I run an app called Spoken, which is for English and Spanish learners who want to practice speaking. At some points during this review, I might compare Praktika to how we do a similar thing in Spoken. That's not because I'm trying to suggest you should use Spoken. You can't unless you're learning English or Spanish. It's just for comparison. Before I start telling you what I liked and disliked about Praktika, you might be wondering, does it actually work like those ads you're seeing on social media? Can you have a live conversation with an avatar and will they stop mid-conversation to correct your mistakes? Well, yes and no. Some elements of that are true, some aren't. You can have a conversation with an avatar. This is how it actually looks in the app.
Me llamo Sky y soy tu AI tutor personal.
The conversation isn't as smooth and fast as the ads show, but I understand why they sped it up for the ad, because people would just keep scrolling. But some of the ads suggest that the avatar will kind of look like you and mirror your surroundings, but that's not how it works. You just have a set of avatars to choose from. And they don't stop you and correct your mistakes.
Soy 23 años.
Quieres decir, yo tengo 23 años.
Tengo 23 años.
You can see your mistakes corrected, but you get that by pressing a button and seeing it written on screen. Okay, so first I'll review what I thought was unhelpful or badly designed about Praktika, and then later I'll talk about some things I liked. First, a quick list of 4 red flags, and then I'll go into more depth about some fundamental issues I found with the teaching style of the app. Okay, red flag number 1. When the Spanish teacher speaks English, she speaks it with an Italian accent. Now, I'm not saying Italians can't teach Spanish, but this feels like an error to me, or at least an example of something that hasn't been checked by a human.
Now, can you make a short sentence using organizar una rutina? For example, I need to organize a routine.
It's just been generated by AI with no quality control. And later I found this tutor, who it says is British, but she speaks with an American accent.
Hey, I'm Sky. I'm excited to be your personal AI tutor. Can't wait to get to know you better.
Now, something like that would never happen in a good quality language app. For example, I spend a lot of time checking the quality of the AI output in Spoken, the app that I run. Red flag number 2, Praktika has a word of the day feature. Now, the word of the day that I was shown for learning English was ordinance. What a terrible choice of word. It's such a technical and specific word. I've never needed to use this word in my life. And this shows to me that the list of words of the day is probably AI generated, and that list has never been checked by a human native speaker. And that for me is a big red flag in a language learning app. All the content in Spoken is curated by a human to make sure it's actually useful. And then Praktika tried to make me have a whole conversation about the word ordinance. Such a waste of time and not fun at all. And if this was a language I was learning, I would have no idea that I was having a whole conversation about a completely useless word. I only discovered that because I tested it in my native language. Red flag number 3, you can click words to see a translation, which is good, but only if the translation is correct in context. Here, I clicked general. It was the first and only word I tried to translate, and it was translated badly. It gave an example where it used a different definition of the word to the one that was used in the conversation. So that was more useless than not having the translation at all. And the last red flag, I spotted mistakes in the English in the interface. Here are just 2 examples of many. This should be in your native language. And conversations with tutor's memory. I mean, this makes no sense at all. I suppose they're trying to say conversations with a tutor who remembers you. Again, this is just more evidence that the content wasn't written or checked by a native English-speaking human. Right, most importantly, what about the teaching conversations you have with the AI tutor? How good are they? Praktika's website says private language tutor quality. Really? Let's put that to the test with my professional knowledge of what a good private tutor would do. The app offers general conversations, more on those in a minute, and lessons. The lessons follow some structure, and it's a good, sensible structure. But once we got into the detail of the lesson, it became less useful. The tutor said we were going to learn these 4 Spanish words. Now, a human tutor wouldn't choose to focus on these Spanish words with a native English speaker because 2 of them are cognates, meaning they have the same meaning in English, so they don't really need to be learned and studied. Again, this showed me that the lesson content hasn't been checked by a human. For each of those words, I had to guess the meaning from the context and then put it in an example sentence. Now, those are good lesson activities and might be used by a human teacher. And when I got an answer wrong, the tutor made me repeat the correct version, which was another good teaching technique. But this whole process took about 12 minutes, which feels like quite a long time just to discover the meaning of 2 words and say 2 sentences. I did a couple of other lessons that were more like general conversations or role plays. They also had good and bad in them. One conversation felt like a performance review at work, and it felt intense. It was not light-hearted or friendly. It was about improving my personal success, and the tutor wanted me to name 3 habits I can use to increase my personal success. Like, the questions were hard to answer, even in my native language. In the next conversation, she was a personal trainer pushing me to use energy drinks. The responses felt quite long and boring. Even when I changed the settings to get shorter responses, it didn't change much. And when the tutor summarised my mistakes at the end, it was all presented in a way that was really hard to follow. Like, compare it with how we show mistakes in Spoken. I think it's so much clearer. But I did ask a follow-up question about a difficult grammar point, the subjunctive, which the AI did answer quite well. Overall, I find this conversational chatbot format quite repetitive and dull, and it feels like it makes things take longer than they need to. And finally, because I don't want this review to be too negative, here are some things I liked or was impressed by. They have some nice avatars. They added a couple of new ones recently, and these have a really nice design to them. The new avatars are only available on iPhone at the moment, not Android. Their older avatars are still available on Android, but they look more low quality compared to the new ones. Now, do you really need an avatar to talk with, or would audio chat just be fine? Some people will prefer the avatar, but maybe people who are more serious about learning will just see that as an unnecessary gimmick. I'm more in that group. We don't use avatars in spoken, so if avatars are important to you, an app like Praktika is a good option. There are other apps that have avatars, and I've recently made a video where I review those. One big problem that a lot of AI language tutor apps can have is that they can't pronounce two different languages in one sentence. So if they're talking English and they want to refer to a Spanish word, they'll typically previously pronounce the Spanish in an English accent. But Praktika has solved this quite well, although it did sometimes freak out when it had to combine languages.
So let's keep that energy going as we jump into the casa. Dime tres cosas.
I like that you can save words to a dictionary. You can create custom roleplay topics. That is quite a common feature in a lot of these types of apps. I also like that Praktika doesn't give pronunciation feedback. And that's a positive for me because I've not yet tested an app that gives accurate or reliable pronunciation feedback. The technology isn't here yet, so it's always disappointing if an app decides to use the unreliable technology that's currently available. So that's everything I'm going to say about Praktika. According to Sensor Tower, it's making $1.7 million a month. So obviously a lot of people are paying them. You could argue that using this app is better than doing nothing, but I prefer apps that are made with more care and attention and that teach me a language in the most efficient way possible. So I personally wouldn't pay for Praktika. I hope you found this useful. Check out my other videos to hear more of my unbiased, unpaid for opinions about language apps.